Hey, my true seekers, welcome back to another live back to back. Yes, indeed. Starbucks and myself, we just going to talk about some things that is going on around the world. Well, right here in the United States. So let me go ahead and let her up, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it. So this right here is going to be an open discussion. So if you feel, led that you want to go ahead and talk about anything that's going on, feel free. Okay, so let me let Starbucks up. I went ahead and dropped the link, Star, so when you're ready, we can go ahead and talk about it. So as you can see right here, this right here is an open discussion on current events. Okay, so it's so much stuff that is going on around this world. So we're gonna see if we can go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that's going on, especially when it comes to the election, which I'm not really into politics, but I can go ahead and give a little something, especially when it comes to my spiritual side of things. Okay, so I'm waiting for Star to come up, and once she come up, we can go ahead and discuss. So go ahead and click the link, Star. Click the link. Click the link. So I'm just waiting for Starbucks to come up. So just bear with us, guys. So again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Okay, let me see what she texted me right quick. No, no, not at all. Okay, guys. Hey, Marcella. Marcella is in house. Speak with your girl, Marcella. She say, "Hey, Lady D, blessing. Hey, Marcella, how are you doing?" I dropped the link. We just gonna go ahead and talk about some events, some things that is going on. So, if you feel that you want to come up, Marcella, or leave some comments, so we can go ahead and talk about it. Um, I'm just waiting for Starbucks lover to come up because I really don't know too much when it comes to politics, guys. I only can talk about the things that, I see from a spiritual aspect of things, which, that's who I look at. I don't look at man, I look at the Most High God. Okay. So I'm just waiting for Starbucks. Come on, Star. So we just gonna stay on here just a little while, guys, to talk about some of the events. Hey, Tanya, I see Tanya is in the house. Hey, girl, how are you guys doing? I mean, so much stuff is going on, guys. I mean, now that we got an outage, I don't know, what's going on. It is just so much. I mean, so much. Like I say, strange things. This right here is what I call the latter days. Okay. This right here, what I call the latter days. I see Takika Warren is in the house. She say, "Hey, Lady D, Marcella.
Hey
Hey, my
y'all.
girl."
I just walked through the door. I have been running all week because I gotta go on a business trip on Monday. But I just want to tell you, it is a dry run. What's happening in this world today, and we need to
So,
prepare.
so
Like
what you
I've
think
been
going?
telling people, listen, it's a dry run to see, if our banking goes down. I've been telling people keep cash in their homes, food, batteries, everything you need. You need to go get it. This is a dry run. DMVs are closed down, airports,
Mm,
banking,
mhm.
some banking area, Arizona and Alaska, and they can't use their bank. Nobody can get money.
Wow,
You
wow,
can't
and
use your cards either.
wow. So some people cannot use their credit cards or anything.
No, they cannot
Wow.
use it. So I'm going up there to talk about it 6 o'clock. I have been running around, y'all. I'm
Mhm.
hoarse. I just been running, but I hate that I be missing y'all when I'm in meetings and stuff. My birthday is coming up next month, so I'm working on two charities at the same time. No Kids Hungry in
Ye-
DC,
Oh
and then
wow.
Tied with the Friends of Foster Care. And for my birthday, I'm donating money to them for my birthday.
Oh wow, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
Oh
Let me know
no!
when you're gonna start doing that. And
Oh yeah.
I could contribute with you, and stuff like that. But I had two foster kids as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had two foster kids.
My husband was in foster care, so I quit my job 20 years ago and just was doing foster care. And now I just recently stopped like 2 years ago because I'm
Mhm.
getting old. So I am donating $5,900 a
Ooh,
piece because I'll
wow.
be 59.
Oh, wow. Wow, girl, that is great. So you're doing it a piece?
Yeah. hmm
Wow. And that's
I will
next
be,
month.
yes, August 15th.
All right. And you'll be 59?
Yes.
Oh my God. Look, like I said there and say, honey, we don't cry because you sure looks good, honey. And the way you
Oh,
be
thank
dancing
you.
and flipping around and dancing in the rain. I say, oh my God, that just gives me so much energy.
Yes. And
So
but you know what? I'm
energy.
so proud that I met you. I never heard about you until I met you here on
Uh-huh.
YouTube. And then I went over to somebody's page and heard your name come up, and I started saying, "We rebuke you, Satan." And I just moved on. It's just, I thank God that we are here trying to bring people together where other people are trying to separate people. And I
Yes.
just thank God for you. So when I miss you, I be like, replay. Oh my God.
That's how I am when in the morning when I be seeing you dancing. I mean watching. It just gives me so much energy, just to
Yeah.
see. That's what it's all about. It's all about just
Mhm.
enjoying life, having a good time, and praising
Mhm.
Him. And girl, I just enjoy every bit of it. I'm not gonna
Well,
tell you no
joy comes
lie.
in the morning. Joy comes. I get up at 5. I get up and do a little dance in my kitchen right before I have some coffee. And I posted, get up. God opened my eyes today. So I got to dance for y'all.
And you do it too. Dance right on their heads.
Hi, Starbucks.
Hi, thanks for having me, Lady D. Hi, Miss Marcella.
How are
You
you? I'm going to
you
go
are
down because
welcome.
I'm coming up at 6 and talk about this mess. But I
Okay.
love you.
Are you six? What time it is now? Because I'm
Uh,
4 o'clock.
it's it's 5:11.
Okay, so
So
you're an hour
it's
ahead.
5 o'clock.
Okay, so you're an hour ahead. So okay, I'll be
I'll
I'm gonna
see
put
ya.
on a I'm gonna put on a notification so I can make sure I come over here. So guys, make sure
Okay.
you go ahead and check out Miss Marcella, and she's going to be on at 5 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yes, Eastern. Yeah.
Yes, 5 o'clock Eastern. So we're gonna be over there at Marcella. So, girls, you can see right here by the topic, we're going to go ahead and talk about some current events, all the stuff that is going on. What you think about the outage? Miss Marcella was saying, some people cannot use their credit cards, the banks, the airports. I mean, we already know that this time was going to come, but what do you think, when it comes to all this right here?
Well, I was having that's excuse me. That was the reason why I was delayed because I was having a hard time coming up, even as far as
Wow.
putting up my avatar.
Mhm.
I couldn't do it. So I think this is something more sinister what's going on. In the past they were testing to see what they can get away with. And now, as you can see, now today was hospital, credit cards, airports, electricity in a lot of places, right? Where it's down. So I think this is only going to get worse where in the future there's going to be, I think, a lot of deaths because it's going to happen. The power outage is going to happen in a time where we're going to need heat, right? Heat
Mhm.
to survive. And yeah, a lot of people are going to pass away because of what's going on. I think this is something much bigger that the news media is covering up. And of course, the government is not going to tell us anything because it's
Mhm.
just going to make them look bad. But it's the age of the computer, and these hackers, they know what to do.
Wow.
That's just
That's
my opinion.
but that's like I say, the age of computer, information, everything is at a push of a button. So what do you expect? Like I said, you got criminals out there, and they are ahead of the game, just like everybody else. But this is scary, especially when people put their personal information online, and just to know that people can come around, and can destroy your entire life.
Absolutely. And it's
So what
deeper
did it?
than just
What did it?
destroying your life. It's going to go into your health, into,
Yes.
refrigerators being down, where a lot of people that are diabetic and need their insulin to be refrigerated. It's going to be
Hmm.
worse than just, in my opinion, I feel it's deeper than just your personal information, because
Wow.
that's okay. But life, something that you depend on, medication, hospital, airports where you need to fly, land, that's a bigger issue to me than, I mean,
Hmm.
that's just my opinion, than just your personal information.
Yeah, and but even though people have generators now, but the generators now is really more like connected to like Wi-Fi. Everything is so high tech now, and we think that is a good thing, because back then they used to have the generators where you just put gas in it, but now the generators that they have right now is mostly all for solar. So if they can sit there and tap into that, it's just that, man, it's just, and to me, I hate to, talk about this gloom and doom stuff, but whether we read it or not, it is here. And I see where Tanya said that she worked for QuickBook and they had to shut down,
Oh,
and
wow.
well, that's oh, that's kind of scary.
That's scary. Absolutely. And the problem is that we are not ready. Like, I wonder how many people own a flashlight, candles, a portable radio, are really growing their food like how you do. But if you live in the city, there's no way that you're going to be able to grow your food unless you have a terrace and live in an apartment building and are able to grow it out of. But we are not ready. We're not
Mhm.
ready. And I'm not a conspiracy person, and I don't live in fear, but I believe that the reason why certain candidates are being pushed harder is because they're compromised. They're willing to work with the enemy. That's just my
Mhm.
opinion. And not that I'm saying that the other side is any better than one side, because they're both corrupt, but I feel that this is bigger than what we're really looking at and what's being said.
Mhm. I really think so too. People, they don't want to hear it, but this right here, the signs are out right now. And I was talking to my mom, and she was telling me back then how they used to survive off of small things. Back then, they didn't know what AC was, and all of the necessities that we have today. So if something happened, she knows how to survive. Now, I know how to survive too, but it, I think it'll be kind of hard, because see, down here where I live, we have a lot of hurricanes, and most of the time when it's hurricane seasons, we have some type of effect where our electricity is out, and I mean, it is very hard. Thank God, for generators and stuff like that. But what about this new generation, these kids today, the Gen X? That's what they call them, Gen X, right?
Yes, yes.
That they depend on computers, and they don't know how to even survive without being in front of a computer. So they're going to be lost, they're going to be really left behind. You are counting on all this technology, but like they said, look what's happening right now. So it's just, I mean, it's just scary.
Yeah, people need to open their eyes and really, really, really don't get caught up in what side you on, who do you want to win. Look at the bigger picture. There's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture. Like the other day, Amazon had the sale for for Prime,
Hmm.
and I was looking at the water coolers, because they say that the water that we're ingesting is causing cancer and all types of health issues. But then I thought to myself, the one that I was looking at, you have to plug in. So if there is a power outage of some sort, of big one like there is today, cyber, you know, that's not going to help us. It's not going to cleanse the water. So I just
Mhm.
took it out of my cart and forgot about it. Like, okay, I'm not going to buy that.
Mhm. Tanya say country living, and you know that I love my country living, honey. I live in a nice, beautiful, quiet subdivision. I mean, very quiet, and I'm surrounded by all woods. So when I look out in the backyard, all I see is deers and bears and coyotes. You see what I'm
Neighbors.
saying?
Oh my God.
Raccoons. So I'm in the country. So and I told Star, I say, Star, you need to move down here, if especially when it's time to raise your kids, because it's very quiet and chilled. But I see Tandra, what it is, how would you pronounce the first name? Tyandra. Tyandra Brown says, "Hey everyone, I fear nothing but God. We need to prepare for what's to come. Long as I got oil lamp and a barbecue grill to cook on and warm up water, I'm good. Miss my landline phone. Okay, her landline phone. Now she must be up with us. You see what I'm saying? But you are absolutely right. And Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Especially how people are so scared. When it comes to the presidency, and how they look like they just running with chickens with their heads off. But you keep your eyes on God. Long as you put your eyes on man and your circumstances, you're going to sink. Like I said, nothing happened by accident. Everything is for a purpose. So just like my sister Tyandra says, long as she got a barbecue pit, her oil lamp, and her landline phone, wish she still have it, but my mom, she have a landline phone. She don't like to use cell phones, so she's going to be ready. So that's why I say don't get ready, be ready, because you never know when that time going to come. Because you remember about the 10 virgins, five was foolish and five was foolish and five was wise. So don't let your oil run out, because you never know when that time is going to come. Okay. Miss Wu is in the house. She says, my
Hi, Miss
parents
Wu.
taught me how to live off of the land. Absolutely. And that's what I've been telling. And we need to learn how to sit there, because you see, my family back then, that's probably why my genes are so good. I'm down to one pill a day. But our family had a farm, and we ate off the land. And now today, you don't even see these young kids, wants to sit there and start gardens and, eating off the
Garden.
land. You didn't even know what a watermelon was no more, because you say down there, you guys don't, y'all have seedless watermelons. Didn't you say that?
Yes, yes. These kids don't want to farm. They want to be on the video games all day long. They don't not thinking about farming. Are you crazy? No farming for them. No video games all day long. If you let them, yeah, that's staring at a screen all day long. They're not ready. They're not ready.
Well, they better get ready, because we right now is what I call the latter days, and we already know that that time was going to come. That's why I talked about that story. I don't think you remember. You probably remember how five was foolish and they stayed up and they ran their oil out, and before they know it, when the trumpet blew, they didn't have any oil, so they thought they was going to be able to borrow oil from the ones that had their oil. But it's not that they was being selfish. You're going to see in such a time like this where you're going to think that people are selfish, but people is not going to share, because they don't have much themselves. So if you know that it was time to store for such a time like this, the most high God say the signs already here. Start storing up your food, and your necessities. Like you said, um flashlights and batteries and candles, necessity stuff, and because you never know what is going to happen. So at least, like I said there, I'd rather be prepared than left behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know if you saw that that newspaper. I think it was that Washington, um, New York Times, something like that. The guy that was detained in Russia, he got 16 years.
I think I saw a little bit pass through CNN today, but fill me in with the story.
Yeah, they don't have like how we do, like an open court where everyone is able to witness and they have attorneys to argue your case. No, there is just the magistrate and you and a couple of security guys, and that's it. They just sentence him to 16 years in prison
For
for
what?
espionage. But there's no proof. They're saying that he was a writer, I believe, for the Washington Post or the New
Hmm.
York Times, for one of those newspapers. But man, 16 years seems like a long, like a long
Well,
time.
I'll be passing out for 16 years. I'll pass out for one day. Shoot.
Yeah, and it's not like America, um,
Not at all.
where they get 3 square meals and gyms and TV, and some jails they have internet access. There is like hard labor.
Absolutely. Marcella.
I wanted to say this about the gentleman getting
You repeat it again. You breaking up. Marcella? She's in a car, so she's breaking up. She's gonna go
Oh,
ahead and repeat it.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But that's really harsh, harsh. Oof, that's a lot of time, lot of time. They gave him 16 years, like you'll give a child a piece of candy, like you handing out candy. It's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
So how
And
do
I
you
think
feel?
that's I think that's what Marcella was trying to talk about. But what you were saying?
How do you feel about that people are going against, number what is it? Number 46? They want
Well,
him.
just like Tyandra said, I think that people should go ahead and keep their eyes on the Most High God, and not man. But I also see this all as Bible prophecies. I see that all this stuff right here is lining up with the things that is happening. Uh, Marcella.
I'm sorry. They want a prisoner pass off. They want the United States to give them a Russian prisoner. So
Oh,
what?
okay.
That's what's happening. So they gave him 16 years. Remember, they did that to the Bel-Air. They
Yeah.
wanted a pass off, and that has already been mentioned that they want a prisoner pass off. Now, this guy is actually a descendant of Russia. His parents left Russia years ago, and he was over there. First, they say he was over there as just a tourist, and then the New York Times, in which he works for, said he was over there doing a story. It's to shut down, what he was talking about. Listen, when will people learn? Stay out of other people's countries, because
Hmm.
any American is susceptible to becoming a prisoner of war if you go into this is war times. This is prophesied. This is happening. And guess what? My husband told me right now, run out and fill my gas tank up. And he told me to back my truck inside. I drive a truck that is basically ran off computers. And he
Okay.
told me that when my truck, if they shut down the grid, I will not be able to drive or anything. And if they shut down the grid like they're doing coming across the United States now, you won't be able to use your bank cards to even get gas.
Oh,
Wow.
So
wow.
I am getting gas, and I am trying to get everything that I need to stay in the house, because
Wow.
everywhere you go, they're going to be saying we want cash only.
Wow.
Wow. And a lot of
And
people do that. They just do credit cards nowadays. Yeah.
yeah, they do credit cards and they do bank cards. That some of the banking system is shut down right now. And so I am trying to get my gas, which I believe I grabbed my purse with no wallet. And
Oh, gee.
because my husband, it see, we have nothing to fear. But I had
Mhm,
been telling people on my page for a long time, get charcoal, get lighter fluid, get, stuff that you can cook outside, get a radio that you can put I gotta go home. Get a radio that you can put batteries in. Get everything you need. Because if
mhm,
we get locked in this house for a while, like the stoplights here, the last time something happened, somebody tried to knock out the power grid, the
mhm.
stoplight stopped working. They just tried to do this in Baltimore and knock out all the power in Baltimore. So I was at the country club last night at a Democratic event. And do you know what this lady said, who husband works in at the Pentagon in DC, that they want the MAGA people to cause enough stir that we will vote for Donald Trump because we fear.
No way.
And I was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Are you supposed to be telling people that?" She said, "Oh yeah." And she was Irish. She said, "My husband told me to let my whole family know and all my friends."
Wow.
And because these things have been happening now. I want to mention something to you because I just got back on your page. A lot of people are dying because the powers are going out. That means the hospitals are not being able to treat people with heart machines, people that are in their homes with heart machines. Their
Wow.
power has been cut out.
Star just said that earlier.
Yeah, oxygen,
Yes,
oxygen.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
we need to get ready, but this is not a time to be fearful. This is a time to be prayerful. And that's why, I told people, what, get cash in your home.
Mhm,
If this don't happen to you by Tuesday, you need to be running out putting some fives and ones in your purse. Because when I was in Florida and a tornado came through there, a hurricane came through there, do you know they, for a 20-pack of water, 24-pack of water, they was charging $150
I believe it.
to people because they know you needed water.
Hmm.
Y'all need to
wow.
go to Sam's Club and Costco and start stocking up water, because I'm going to tell you, if this man, which I don't believe that's in God's plan for him to be president,
Mm.
it's going to be some stuff going on out here
Hmm.
Mhm.
with these MAGA people. You already
Hmm.
seeing them get gutsy and ballsy.
Hmm.
And guess what? We won't be able to talk to people on Instagram, TikTok, the Instagram, on YouTube, because all that's going to go out. It's
Hmm.
gone. So,
Mhm.
I'm trying to get everything that I need to get. All I need right now is some double A batteries, and I need to get gas and get some ice. And I have an ice maker, but I usually stock a big cooler up with water on my deck, and
Mhm.
I keep ice on it. Every 2 days I get ice to make sure that water is cold. And keep your freezers closed. I'm going to talk about all that. I didn't want to interrupt your live, but I just wanted you to know
Oh,
that,
that's all right. That's all right. It's just an open
No,
panel.
it's good.
yeah,
It's
Any,
this
yeah,
good.
is
it's
a
just an open panel.
strategic thing about him getting those 16 years. In a couple of months, we're going to be hearing about a a switch of prisoners.
Yeah.
And at this time, with Biden turning on Kamala,
Yeah,
I
why
really,
you think he's doing that? They
oh,
said
because
now,
they don't want no black woman to be
yeah.
Wow.
president. They want him to step down so they can start doing other people. And at this point, if he stepped down, the only person could save this is the Obamas, to tell you the
Yeah.
truth.
But
It's
Look
Obama
at,
and Michelle say they don't want it. They don't
right.
want to have nothing to do with this
Well,
anymore.
I would hope they
Well,
would step
not
up for the
President.
United States.
Mm. But
I hope
isn't
that
it
they would step
ironic
up.
that, every time, it looked like, they you hate us, but you want us to sit there and save the country.
yeah. And it's
Right.
always a black woman that has to like
Yes.
I said with Biden. They came through and got him off the,
Yeah.
over the threshold. Now they want Michelle Obama, but Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I got a thing today from somebody that worked with the government that told me Biden is stepping down. They're
Yeah, I
trying to
heard. I
find a
told. Yes, I heard that
yeah.
too.
They
Wow.
need to know how they're gonna do it strategically. Um, hey babe, I'm going to get my gas.
Honestly, it's a sad thing what's going with him. And, it's nothing, it's not a laughing matter because, we all had grandparents, parents that have gone through that dementia stage. So, but I mean, wow, it's a lot on his plate. And right now, I don't feel the way he looks like he's the right man for the job. He really isn't. I hate to say it, but right now it's not looking good for him. And maybe it's God that gave him COVID to make him think because, when you are isolated, right? And
Mhm.
you have to think, you have to think about things. It doesn't matter who you are. Hopefully he'll analyze what's going on, his
But this the
health.
part that I don't understand. Why would he, have a vice president and don't wants to endorse her, and people sitting there breaking their necks trying to sit there and make sure that they put him in, but he's telling you who he is, he
Absolutely.
don't
Yeah.
he he's showing his true colors. And
Well,
that's
I
the part I
never
don't
believed in him
understand.
anyway. I always thought of that what he signed into law, the what he did.
Mhm.
So, and what he did to Anita Hill, he let everyone, all those men, come down at her. And that's how, Thomas was able to get into the Supreme Court. Like she didn't have a good representation and he didn't protect her. Biden did not protect her.
Mhm.
So, but people went with the lesser of the evil. So they felt that he was the lesser of the evil, but he was really never the right man for this job, in
Oh,
my
wow.
opinion. That's what I believe. He was really never the right person. But again, because people felt, in my opinion, the lesser of the evil, and because what we were going through, um, you know, they voted for
Mhm.
him. They voted him in. And and Kamala had a lot to do with that. And I am really, really shocked that he is not even putting her name out there
Mhm.
as the front, as to take his place. Like
Mhm.
any other country, they've have had women prime minister, women that are presidents. What's the problem with America? Why have we not ever had a woman president?
Now you know the answer to that. I see my girl, country girl, Queen is in the house. She says, "Good afternoon, Lady D and Truth Seekers. How are you doing, country
Hi,
girl?"
country girl.
Yes, yes. You can answer this question. Because like I say, when it comes to politics, I really don't know too much about politics. I just see it from a spiritual point of view, and I think that all this right here, is Bible prophecies. But Tandra says, "Do any of you think they will get Governor Gavin Newsom of California? And do you think that that's who the Democrats are looking at, to put in the seat, or do you think that it's kind of too late?
It's not too late
You
if
don't think
he.
it's too late? So
I
how they
don't think
going to be able to
it's too
get
late.
him together, and go out there and
Well, let's say, for example, if it is Governor Newsom, he has a history. He has ran, right?
Mhm,
Whatever you believe, he's run California down to the gutter where homelessness and the prices of food and shelter is sky high. But he does have a record, just like Kamala does, where they can judge her by that. You can't just bring, like, for example, someone like George Clooney. I'm just throwing that name out there to come and try to run the country where he really doesn't have any experience. I know that Reagan did it, right? But
mhm,
at a short amount of time, like let's say between now and the convention, because you need someone to accept the presidency, right? To be nominated. So
mhm.
isn't the convention like what, in August? I'm not sure when it is for the Democrats, but these people already have a record of working, with the public, with people, and they can be judged on that. But girl, I don't know. I do not know.
Mm. I see, like I said, I see everything, from a spiritual side of everything. And I remember in the Old Testament where the Most High God had gotten upset with the people because the people wanted a king. And God, he provided them day and night. And they kept crying, God give us a king. So God gave them King Saul, and God regretted even making Saul a king. And that reminds me today, like I said, when it comes to the everything that happened, the events when it happened, in the Bible times, I truly believe that is Bible prophecies to come. And as you can see right now, people, they are divided, they crying, for a king, and it causing us to really, question each other. And how I look at the entire matter is that, you know, keep your eyes off of man and put your eyes on God. And I truly believe if we keep our eyes on the Most High God, God is going to see us through it, because his original plans was to provide for us, and we looking at man to go ahead and carry us through it. And I'm going to go ahead and talk more about that. I'm just waiting for God to go ahead and give me a revelation. I think it's going to be Saturday. But the thing about it is that we riding so hard for someone, and he does not even wants to see us exist. And I think you had talked about earlier about the three strikes you out and all the other stuff that he did under his watch and stuff like that. But why do you think, especially when it comes to black, why we ride so hard, when it comes to the Democratic Party, when we know that, especially some of them, it's just like you said, both of them most likely in the same boat, but why you think we ride so hard instead of keeping our eyes on God?
Well, because people want to believe, people want to think that one person is going to change their circumstances in life. They want to believe. They want to believe, give that person a chance. But it's nobody is out for anybody except for their own kind. So, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't believe that Biden was here to help anyone else but himself, just like Trump is really not here to help anyone but his family to enrich themselves. That's just how it is.
Mhm. So you could say about both of them as well. You don't think that is about power. All this has nothing to do with the best interest of the people, but it's all about power.
Yeah, it's about power. Like, who in their right mind, honestly, is going to try to run a country? I mean, you have to
Hmm.
be a narcissist. Think about it. You have to think that you're better than anyone else to even think. And I'm not talking about one of my favorite, which was Obama, not him. I'm excluding him. I'm talking about the
Obama
other.
was one of your favorites.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I'm not speaking on him. I'm speaking
Hmm.
about the new ones. The new ones is what I'm speaking on. Of
Hmm.
course, you have to have a chip on your shoulder to I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
Hmm.
why anyone would want to be president of the United States. And what
Hmm.
makes them want to think that they going to fix world's problem or the
Hmm.
country? We have here in America, there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed, especially
Hmm.
in the minority communities, but they rather give to wars, to wars that are going on. They rather give them millions and billions and try to fix their problems for power. But when it comes to America, no, they don't want to help the black community. I hate to say it, but they don't. But then come every 4 years or every 2 years, they pander to them and then they always fall for it. The
Hmm.
black and brown, yeah.
And the sad thing about it is that, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I want to save it for my content Saturday. But the thing about it is that we, especially when it comes to black and brown people, we really don't know who we are, because if we really know who we are, then we would know that we're more powerful than the media and people, put us, because without us, like I said there and say, a lot of stuff wouldn't really exist, but I saw where Biden was talking about how much money, I think it was like 26 million, 26 billion dollars, or I think it was like $26 million he gave to HBCU. How much it was he gave, Biden gave to
I'm not sure.
HBCU. Let me see if I can go ahead and Google that. But continue talking. I just want to go ahead and make a point. I think that he has supported right here. It says 11.4 billion dollars that he gave to HBCU. And I had saw, well, right here it says 16 billion. He gave 16 billion dollars to HBCU colleges, okay?
Mm,
But then when you look at how much that he spent on the war, you
mm,
see, just think about all the money that Biden went ahead, and that's why, I wish Marcella was up, but I'm gonna go on her channel. So we're
mhm.
gonna stay on a few more minutes, about 20 more minutes, and then once 5 o'clock, we're gonna go ahead and jump on. I'm gonna go over there to Miss Marcella, speak with your girl Marcella. So guys, make sure you go over there to speak with your girl Marcella. But he spent $16 billion on HBCU college, okay?
Mhm.
And to fund a war, let me see how much he spent on a war, you know. So
Now,
why do you think that we this is what I'm trying to say, why do you think that we will police everybody else country, and we got so much stuff that is going on right here, homeless, and people, unemployed, but yet we take the money and we throw it overseas?
why? Because that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like um, Trump is because he says America first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did he do it last time he was president? I think
Who?
so to a certain extent. America first, like America interest. But I don't know, because we always, America wants to look good, like we're the police, like we're the saints, like we're the saviors, we're good people, we help. Yeah, we help other nations, other countries, but they don't help the people in their own country that really, really need the help. Like the
Mhm.
real taxpayers that really are paying taxes and are getting nothing, are living from
Wow.
paycheck to paycheck.
And guys, this is open panel. So if you got any questions about it, because like I said, I'm not really, into politics. I see it from a spiritual side of it, and what I see right here, I think that this is the fall. That we already knew that what was going to come when it comes to America. And that's why they can't even get it right. How can you get it right? Knowing that this was going to happen. So I look at all this as Bible prophecies. But one of the reports that I pull out, which I think is more than that, you know, uh, Joe Biden has signed into law $95 billion, with the war aid, overseas. And that's just in Ukrainian. I'm not talking about, the money that and all the stuff that he sent to Israel. But if I'm not mistaken, it's like over 200 something billion dollars, and I might be wrong, but just think about if we had all that money right here in America. I don't think that it won't be no homeless. I don't think that it would be no unemployment. I don't think that the school system would suck, and that's why I just don't understand why we don't talk about stuff like this.
Because it's better to put it,
Hold on one, so hold your thought 1 second. Country girl, let me know when speak with your girl Marcella come up here, when she come on, so I can go ahead and go over to her channel. So let me know when she's on. Go ahead, Star.
they like to sweep everything under the rug and make it seem like everything is perfect. It doesn't exist. If you don't talk about it, you don't give it power. So yeah, sweep everything under the rug. As to the problems that are really going on here and that are really affecting Americans. So the
Mhm.
less people talk about it, the more you don't pay it any mind, right? It's like, you put it up on a mantle and you forget about it, and that's it.
So do you think that the reason why so much money is poured overseas because it's not that we wants to be good Samaritans, but it's because of power. Because, if I support this country, and they are my allies, then, I know that I can get this from them. So it's all a power struck. So if it's all a power struck, then why are we sitting there like a Roland Martin, and it's like we going crazy over this stuff when it's already set up. The system is already set up.
It's already set up, yeah, and it's set up for us, for the 1% that are not millionaires, billionaires, to fail, basically. Just yeah.
Dark and Love is in the house. She says sorry that I am late. We just talking. Star and I, we decided to just come and talk about the current events, all the stuff that is going on, so make sure Saturday, guys, I will go more into details when it comes to all this stuff that is going on, which I look at it more as a spiritual point of view than into the politics. But Dark and Lovely is in the house. Yes, indeed. And also Country Girl Queen, and she's gonna go ahead and let me know. So we got a few more minutes. So like I said, this right here, all this right here, we already know that this time was going to come, and when it comes to the parties, to me, it's causing so much division. Now it's like we really see that, this country is divided, and we already know that anything that is divided is cannot stand. It's not going to be able to stand, because you cannot sit there and have something divided and expect any growth out of stuff like this. So I think this right here is what I call end times.
Yeah, we've been divided. This is not new. We've been since, we've always been divided. It's never been a united nation ever. It's never been
Hmm.
united. We've always been divided.
Hmm.
I believe since the beginning of time.
Of course, because of the foundation. And anytime when the foundation, was built off of a lie, so what do you think that is going to come out of stuff like this? Ain't nothing going to come out. So I think now the chickens are coming home to roost.
They sure are. They sure are. They sure are. And it's just going to get worse before it gets better. So,
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
but we
Because
can't live our lives in fear. We
Mhm,
just got to go out there, hustle, do our thing for our family, our friends, and loved one, and just keep it pushing. You can't expect the government or anyone else to give you anything. You have
mhm,
to work for it, and just be happy with what you have, and try to really stay woke and see
mhm,
what's really going on. I know a lot of people don't like that word woke, but
mhm,
it's a word, and it's true. Stay woke.
mhm.
Don't let them rock you to sleep, and that's both parties,
Absolutely.
because they're, to me, in my opinion, they're both liars, and they con you to try to
Mhm,
make you think like one side is better than the other. You have to do your homework.
mhm. So do you think that when it comes to President Biden, do you think that he's going to be able to stay in, you know, or you don't think that he's going to be able to last? Because if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to say allegedly, they say that he's not even at the White House. They say that he's back home in Delaware. And that's the part that really baffled me, because, everything that he need, if he have to see, you know, I think that he have doctors around the clock right there in the White House. So why do you think that he went back home to Delaware? Do you think he just sat there and just threw in the towel because he ready to quit, but they want him to just hold on until, and he refused to do it?
Well, he already said that only God can make him quit. And like if
Mhm.
God comes to his ear and tells him to
Well,
quit,
that's what he said outward, but
yeah,
inside, you know.
but in my opinion, from what I see, I don't think he's gonna handle another year, yet alone
Mhm.
another 3.5 years. That takes a toll. Did you see how young, for instance, Obama was, and when by the time he came out, he was all great. Like that's a stressful job, just alone
Mhm.
traveling to meet all these world leaders. I don't think he's
Mhm.
going to survive. And in my opinion, if he truly, truly, truly loves this country the way he says he does,
Mhm.
he should just drop out. Is he going to do it? That's another thing. I don't
Uh,
know.
but if he drop out, then that's when other candidacies is going to be able to run for the presidency, right? But if he stay in, and once he stay in and he get, elected, then that's when Kamala Harrison can take over, right?
Absolutely. Maybe he's setting it up that way. I was thinking that too. Maybe he wants to win and then say I can no longer do this job, and it goes to the vice president. She becomes the president. I was thinking of that too.
Mhm.
You don't know these people's thinking logic. I was thinking that as well, as if he drops out now, because she's going to have to audition for the job like any other new candidate. They're not just going to give it to her.
But if she sat there, and he just drop out, she don't have to audition because
Yeah,
she's.
she does. She has to
I
absolutely.
thought that's what the vice president, they automatic take over for, as many terms that the president has left. I don't think that they have to go and audition for it, or whatever, they do.
Well, they would only give it to her like let's say like when the 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 situation with Kennedy,
Mhm.
his vice president, it was an emergency. He didn't have to plead his case because, he was what happened to Kennedy. But I think that if Kamala were to run, like if
No,
Biden,
I'm not saying to run. I'm saying if Biden is already in the seat and all of a sudden, he has to go ahead and drop out, that's when they swear in Kamala
oh,
Harrison.
yes, 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 yes,
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, she gets that position. Yeah.
But if he drop out right now, then that's when they're going to have to get other candidacies in it. That's when, you know, is a chance that she won't be in it because now she got to run for that position. I see Tandra says, I believe there need to be legislations for an age limit for a presidential candidate. I believe too, because that's too old. In that case, they should have just went ahead and put what this other guy named. I really liked it him. He was old, and they say that he was not going to be able to make it. What's his name?
Oh, Bernie
The one
Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. I think he would have did good. Uh,
Yeah.
they both need to relax and enjoy whatever time they have left.
Mhm.
That job makes your takes your energy. Absolutely. Dark and Lovely said, unfortunately, I don't think Kamala will have that much of the support of black voters. I don't think so either. They was talking about that today, that they don't think that, especially when it comes to white donors, they going to pour into Kamala Harrison.
She has a really bad record in what she did in California, and it was geared towards the black community. So I don't think she's going to. No, they're gonna
Mhm.
come out and vote for her. I don't think so, and they
Mhm.
probably know that as well. So I don't know. Did you hear about Robert Melendez, Bob Melendez? How he was found guilty? He's the
No,
senator that was
or the one that had the cold cash in his refrigerator. He had all the cash and the gold and all
yeah,
that.
he had gold, the barred gold in his
My God, I told you this is the year of exposure, But the thing about it, we so caught up in of what's going on with the entertainment industry when the real crooks is out there are plotting against us. Now we had this man said that with all the gold, the money, and then they went into his refrigerator.
But you know what's crazy? That
Mhm.
he walked away from from a situation like that a couple of years ago, right? He got away with it scot free. He was found not guilty. And here he goes again, being the crook that he is and was and will
Hmm.
always be. He did it again. People just don't
Wow.
know when to, if you commit a crime, learn your lesson, especially if you get away with it. And even if you
Hmm.
do time and just live that right, go in the right path. He just had to push that button. And you see, and to me, I feel like it was a setup. Like they set him up because they
They
know,
always do. They always do. They will give you that bait,
yeah,
and before you know it, you turn on them. They're gonna sit there and put your head on a chopping block.
yes, they know he was greedy and a con man, him and his wife. Now I want to see what's going to happen with his wife.
Wow. Oh yeah, they say she's next now. Yeah. Um, Dark and Lovely say also when Kamala stated that there was no racism in America, she offended a lot of black voters. Oh yes, you know good and well they gonna bring that part up. I can't believe she said that, and you know they gonna bring all that up. So are you still there, Starbucks? I don't think Starbucks. At least she lasts close to an hour. So, guys, I got about 4 more minutes, and then after that, I'm gonna go over. So, guys, make sure you go over to speak with your girl Marcella. Let me see if I can put her link into. I think that's Country Girl went ahead and put a link. So let me see if I can find where Country Girl put a link. So I'm about to get off, guys, because I did a back to back live. I wanted to go ahead and just talk about some current events, which when it comes to all this right here, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out with this. Keep your eyes on the most high God, and not man, because man does not have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. But I think when it comes to all this right here, it's all about power. All this right here is about power. So it's just just get ready, start sitting there. We know that this time is going to come, and we don't know what these people are doing, and it's not a black issue, it's not just a white issue. It's all of us going to be affected by it. Now maybe the wealthy, they might get a little break, but all I can say right now, guys, is just store up, just like, in the scripture, I look at it as Bible prophecies. Start sitting there and stop wasting your money. Be good stewards, because you never know, especially our grandparents used to tell us when that rainy day is going to come. And you don't want to be left behind, because it's going to be a time where, just like I was talking about the 10 virgins, how five was foolish and five was wise, and they wanted to borrow some oil, from the ones that had the oil, and they told them, no, no, we're not going to loan you, or let you borrow any of our supplies, because you had the same uh supplies that we had, and you had the same warning to prepare. So it's going to be a time where people is not going to share with no one. So make sure you get all the necessities, go and to these these stores, big warehouses, like a Sam Wholesale, or a Costco, and start stacking on so much, get all your toiletry and everything that you need, all your canned goods, or, start, at least the best thing to do is to start buying seeds, vegetable seeds, so you can start planting your own garden. That's going to be the smartest thing, at least if you stack up on seeds, you can go to places, where you can get, seeds by the bags, and start storing up and start planting your own garden, because I truly believe, guys, that perilous times is going to come. I believe that this is it. This is it. I don't think that it can get any worse than what it is now, because what man has done, they have provoked it the hands of God. And I'm not trying to, talk about anything doom and gloom, but the signs are right here. all the signs is right here, and that's real talk, guys. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Tandra says, love the commentary, hated to Marcella Page. Thank you, sis. You speaking the truth. Thank you very much. And my girl, Country Girl, says, thanks to everyone for coming by and hitting the like button. Lord have mercy on us. Absolutely. The only thing that I could sit there and say is don't get ready, be ready, because you never know when that time is going to come, and that's real talk. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed.